The Cope against Paddy Pimblett has begun, a little spin-off series from the Cope series. Not going over the Cope for the loser, going over the Cope for the winner, because people are still not giving Paddy Pimblett credit for this victory. They're still not doing it. How many more goalposts are going to be moved for Paddy Pimblett? The guy goes out there and he submits BSD in 52 seconds, where I remember people counting him out. I remember people saying BSD about whatever he wants, bro. BSD's going to destroy Paddy. Paddy got pieced up by Justin Gaethje, old man Gaethje, which in hindsight has aged unbelievably well, considering Gaethje just finished Ilia Topuria. Paddy went 5 rounds and won 2 of those rounds, whilst getting eye poked twice and low blowed. Like, this shit is just annoying now. Like, no one can give him any credit ever. Like, Paddy could knock out Ilia, right? And then he'd go, yeah, but it's the scraps of Justin Gaethje's. You know, like, he's getting sloppy seconds from Justin Gaethje. Gaethje broke Ilia. Paddy just picked up the scraps. That's what people would genuinely say if Paddy Pimblett, right, beat Ilia Topuria via KO submission, or beat him anywhere. Close decision, yeah, but Gaethje was able to knock him out. Paddy couldn't even do that. That's what people would genuinely say. I remember people saying, bro, BSD about whatever he wants. You know, Paddy doesn't stand a chance. Paddy's a bum. Paddy's this, Paddy's that. I remember the narratives going into this fight. That's why Paddy was an underdog going into this fight. Look at this shit. Paddy was an underdog, plus 120. He was the underdog in this fight. I said on the CTE show, and you know what? We're going to go over my prediction on the CTE show, because it aged like fine fucking wine, didn't it? It aged like fine wine, dickhead. You know? I said I don't know why Paddy's an underdog. I said I don't see how BSD actually wins this fight. And I said if BSD tries to take him down, Paddy's going to throw up a submission. And people talk about BSD, low IQ BSD. That's why Paddy won this fight. I have gone through BSD's previous fights for this video, and he fights the same way in every single fight. Every single fight. You know the difference, though? No one that BSD has fought in the past has the level of jiu-jitsu that Paddy Pimblett has, so he hasn't had to pay for it. He's nearly had to pay for it multiple times, but not to the level of, like, someone like Paddy Pimblett's latching up a choke. Okay? So all this nonsense of, oh, BSD, oh, why he has a fight with such low IQ move BSD. That's how he fights every single time. You know, shoots a takedown. He gives up his neck every single time. And I've got examples that we're going to look through today. I want to just go over my prediction for this fight, alright? And, honestly, it aged so well. But we're going to take a listen, okay? Listen to this.
BSD is going to have better takedowns. But if BSD takes Paddy down, there's danger that Paddy will throw up a triangle, throw up any crazy submission, like a crazy sort of like transition, you know. I don't see how BSD actually wins this fight, to be honest, unless it's like on the feet and it's like he outstrikes Paddy. I don't see how he could actually win this fight. I don't think he's gonna knock him out.
He has power, though.
Or yeah, whoa, wow, he knocked out fucking Dariush.
No, but he does hit hard. No, but he does.
Who hasn't knocked out Dariush? Everyone's knocked out Dariush. But I don't think BSD's got better striking than Paddy. I don't think he has the power to knock him out. And I don't think he has the submission threat that Paddy does. And BSD does have a submission threat, but I think Paddy's that good at jiu-jitsu. He'll be able to defend those submissions, if that makes sense. I really don't see, unless BSD's got like otherworldly power, which I don't think he does, I don't really see how he wins a decision or a submission or anything like that, to be honest. I just don't see it. So I'm going Paddy via like either submission or decision, probably, I would say.
No, that
on submission and decision it was. And again, BSD had nothing for him. I said if he takes him down, he's going to throw up. I did say triangle or some other fancy submission. It was like a weird spider Darce choke. I'm like a fucking spider, lad. I'm like a fucking spider. So aged pretty well. I picked via submission or decision, but I mean submission was the one. So that was my take, and you know what? It aged really well, and I stand by it, obviously, because it was right. But BSD literally has nothing for Paddy Pimblett. And the amount of people that I've seen coping, saying that BSD just got low fight IQ. Or why would he shoot a takedown like that on Paddy Pimblett? He shoots a takedown like that on every single person that he fights ever. And we're going to look at the proof right now. Alright, excuse the no promo logo in the middle, and the footage is flipped just to get around copyright problems, but I'm going to show you a few examples now of BSD shooting in on his opponents and giving up his neck. He does it in every single fight. This isn't anything new for BSD. This is how he fights. This isn't a one-off low IQ moment like what Bobby Green did against Paddy Pimblett. Bobby Green, the guy that never shoots a takedown, shot a takedown on Paddy Pimblett. That's low IQ. This is just how BSD fights, and he finally paid for it because he fought a guy with elite jiu-jitsu. So we're going to start off with this one here. So look at this shit, man. Look at this shit. And tell me this is like, who is like, this guy's nowhere near the level of Paddy Pimblett, and BSD was in serious trouble here. So, you know, here he comes, shoots in for a sloppy takedown there, gives his neck up, all right, gives his neck up straight away with a sloppy takedown, okay, and look at this shit, cranking, like, he's in trouble here, and look, cranking it big time cranking it. Pause, but he is. And yes, you know, he gets out of it because this guy's a fucking, you know, he's a nobody. And look, he's doing it again, gives up his neck a second time. But so, like, this is a regular thing that BSD does. And this was early, you could say Bromo, this was early on, though. This was really early on. You can't criticize him for something that happened early on in his UFC career. Okay, fair enough. But what about this one, then? So, against Dustin Poirier, this guy, like, every single takedown that Saint Denis shot, Justin jumped a guillotine. I'm not joking. There's like 5 occasions where this happened because Saint Denis gives up his neck, right, every single time he shoots in for a takedown. Watch this. Watch.
Poirier.
There's one. Gives up the neck, alright? Boom. Jumps a guillotine. You know? Rolls out of it, sure. But danger. He's in danger there from Dustin Poirier. And yes, Dustin Poirier's got great submissions. Not as good as Paddy Pimblett. So if you're getting into this position on Dustin Poirier, right, you really need to, you know, and you're going into to fight Paddy Pimblett, you best find, right, an alternative way to get your takedowns off, because this shit is not going to work. You're giving up your neck too much. Again here. Shoots in again. Gives up his neck again. Gives up his neck again. Same thing that happened same thing happened with Paddy Pimblett. Same thing. And Justin's cranking it there, and yes, he gets out again. In danger. But wait, there's more, guys. There's fucking more, because this is a regular thing that he does, man. Goes down again. Gives up his neck again. And Dustin Poirier, what does he do? He jumps the ghillie again. Same shit, different fucking time of the fight. But wait, you're probably thinking, alright, you know, 3 times, that's just that's just low fight IQ. No, it's how he shoots takedowns, guys. So he gets rocked, shoots for a takedown, alright, and instantly again, gives up his neck for a guillotine. Again. Alright, so that's the 4th time now. That is the 4th time. But wait, there is one more. Alright, there's one more. Okay. And it's right here. Watch this again. Again. Does it again. Gets rocked. Goes in for a shitty takedown. Gives up his neck again. You know. Yes, he gets out of it, right? But the point is that there's danger there. And you might be thinking, oh, Bromo, this is when he had staph infection. He wasn't feeling right. Oops, I didn't mean to press play. Okay. He had staph infection and he didn't feel right. If only there was one more fight that we could point to where he was healthy and he still did the same thing, right? Oh, wait, there is. Let's fight against Dan Hooker. Same thing again. Same problem, different fighter. No staph infection, no problems. Watch this shit, man. Shoots in. All right, Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker almost gets you in a fucking guillotine choke type thing, right? And yes, he's able to roll out pretty quickly, but the point is he's giving up his neck to someone like Dan Hooker, and he thinks, I can just do this against Paddy Pimblett. I can do something like this against Paddy. No problem, guys. Same again here. So look, goes in for a takedown, gives up his neck again. Gives up his neck again. And Dan Hooker didn't go for a choke here, right? But you can see. Gives up his neck again. If Dan Hooker had anything, any submission threat, he would be fucking cranking that shit hard. And there's one more time in this fight that I noticed, right? And it's right here. It's right here, boys. Again, takedown. Gives up the neck again. Dan's got a choke in there. Dan's got a choke. Yes, he rolls out, but still, it's the same shit. It's the same thing that happened. And now we're going to watch Paddy Pimblett's finish and see, is anything different, or is Paddy just a great jiu-jitsu practitioner? Alright, so here we go, guys. So, alright, so here we go. I've got the fight here. So, alright, so he shoots in for a takedown exactly the same way that he always does. Right, giving up his neck here. Like he does against every single guy that he tries to take down, he gives up his neck, and Paddy's got his neck underneath his arms. Difference, Paddy Pimblett is an elite jiu-jitsu practitioner, and he latches that shit up. He tries to roll out, alright, but Paddy keeps him there, rolls with him, gets in the Darce choke right here. It's lovely stuff, okay, and skipped a bit there, alright, and he's rolling around, and basically he's trying to roll out, but Paddy rolls with him. And it's just a case of Paddy is too dangerous to be shooting like that again. And it's not low fight IQ, because that would insinuate, right, that this is out of the norm for Benoit. Like this is just a dumb moment that he never does. No, he does this every single fight, every single time, without fail. But this time, Paddy's just like too. He's just too good. He's too good. Look at that shit. Tries to roll around, just can't get out. Oh, look at that. He's like a fucking spider, lad. Look at his face. God damn. That's tight as fuck. So people need to just start giving Paddy some like credit where it's due. And just stop. Just literally. The only reason, and I hate to use this word, why you're still criticizing Paddy after that amazing win. You're just a hater, and I hate using that word because it's people say it about, oh, what's that? You're criticizing John Jones, you're just a hater. Oh, what's that? You're criticizing Islam Makhachev and all the daggers, you're just a hater. There's actually nothing here to criticize. Like, he got an amazing submission because he's an amazing jiu-jitsu practitioner in 52 seconds, and people are still like, oh, it's all BSD's fault, guys. Now there is people giving him credit. Finally, and saying, you know what, Paddy is that good. But I'm still seeing people online blame Benoit Saint Denis for this, like, victory. And giving Paddy no credit. Like, oh, he was only able to latch up the submission because Benoit made a dumb IQ move. He does it in every fight. And I've just proved it here today, guys. So, let me know what you guys think about this, about my take. Am I right? Paddy should fight Ilia Topuria next, and that fight is now actually an interesting conversation because it's like, I would say Paddy did better against Justin than Ilia did. Although Ilia nearly finished Justin, Paddy at least made it to 5 rounds and took 2 rounds off of him, and it was a back and forth scrap war. Ilia just got dominated, like for 3 rounds of that fight. He just got dominated, bro. It's fucking tragic to see, but I might even go Paddy. Maybe just because I'm biased and I'm British. You know, maybe that's the case. But you know what? After seeing that, after seeing everyone count him out, after him being an underdog going into this fight, you know, like when the meta rankings came out, people were like, oh, even meta rankings know Paddy ain't shit. Put him at number 9. Even meta AI rankings know that this guy's terrible. And now people are still saying that he's shit. And you know, on the CTE show, right, the episode coming out today, or it's either come out or it's coming out, Recon I glaze Paddy, and Recon, my good buddy, says, yeah, but it's BSD though. It's like everyone rates BSD. I don't know what this like thing is. Like, oh, as soon as Paddy beats someone, oh, they were just shit. They were just always shit. Alright, fuck off. This is a great victory. All credit to Paddy Pimblett. Stop coping. BSD, just like that's just how he fights. And when he tries to shoot a takedown on someone like that, who's, you know, as good as Paddy is, you're gonna pay. Alright. So like and subscribe, links are down below. Become a member, join the Discord. Until next time, I'll see you in a bit. Goodbye.